Welcome to Virtually Live, the game show, a question game where we get into virtual, in-person, and hybrid events, marketing, and industry tips from industry experts. Our contestants, who are such experts, will be competing for an amazing grand prize. We've got 3 rounds of questions for them, polls for you, and points and prizes given by yours truly. I'm Julius Solaris, founder of Bullpush, Meetings and Conventions Magazine's 2022 Meetings Industry Influencer of the Year, no big deal, and today host of Virtually Live, the game show. Let's dive right in and start by introducing our contestants. First up, we have someone who has a passion for delivering innovative and high-quality experiences. She's the head of Global Event Strategy and Experience, HR line of business at SAP. Give it up for Melissa Wilders. Welcome, Melissa. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Oh my God, thanks for being with us.
Oh my God, thank you for having me.
Super exciting. Say hello to our second contestant, an expert of full-service event solutions, someone who delivers excellent execution with effortless efficiency. CEO of Shiloh Events, it's Han Nguyen. How are you, Han?
I'm great.
Welcome to Vegas.
Thank you.
Awesome. And with over 35 years of experience producing high-level events in Las Vegas and around the world, Cater Source, the Special Events International Gala Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Former head of production at MGM and chief experience officer. Give it up for Lenny Tallarico.
Thank you.
What's up, Lenny? Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here with us. We're coming to you virtually live from Las Vegas, a place that knows a thing or two about games. How's everyone feeling?
Amazing.
Oh, we're so
Excellent.
excited.
Excited? Competitive?
Heck yes.
A little
I'm
bit?
gonna win.
No, I'm gonna win, girl.
Oh my
We're in
God.
Vegas. The house always wins.
Fantastic to be here. Let's start with our Get to Know You round. We have the same 2 questions for each of you, and each question is worth 10 points, for a total of 20 points this round. Tell us the wildest thing that's ever happened to you at an event, and what's the best swag you've ever given away or gotten? Melissa, I'm going to start with you.
All right. So a few years ago, I was managing the concert for our big signature event at SAP, and we had Lady Gaga performing a private concert for our customer and partner. Amazing.
That's awesome.
However, it went viral on Twitter,
Wow.
and we ended up with so many of her fans, literally group of people trying to get in. So we had to react very, very quickly and have our security manage this on site. So quick lesson learned here, if you hire a big talent, make
Wow.
sure your security team is really prepared for it.
Oh my God, yeah. What about the swag though?
Actually, I'm a little bit anti-swag just because I'm a true believer in sustainability.
Yes.
And so one of the swag that I love to give away at our event is a refillable water bottle because that can be used all the time. Everybody loves to have a water bottle, and especially when you are in Vegas, you need to stay hydrated.
Yeah, give them
So,
away to family when I go back.
It's
Right?
amazing. So very good.
Great
giveaway.
one. We're starting with a bang here. Let's move to Hong. The weirdest thing
Yes.
that's ever happened to you.
Okay, the craziest and weirdest was a user conference that we did in San Francisco. It was in the middle of a trade show floor, and the pipes burst. And it was water literally falling on our exhibit booth and our attendees, and everyone was like, running all over the place. It was just like raining on us in the middle of a show floor. So we had to immediately pull the fire alarm, evacuate, and move all the booths out, redesignate the location for the breakout areas in the parking lot, and had to communicate those changes live through mobile apps and get everybody out. And then the fire department came, and it was just a major
God.
production of that.
Wow.
That's a story.
That was crazy, for sure.
Wow. What about the swag?
So swag, I'm totally with Melissa here on the sustainability part. However, there is this one swag that I will swear by, and it's a Stanley Cup. It's basically like a tumbler, you know, tumbler where it lasts forever in terms of heat and cold. And when we gave it out for our clients, I kept on getting messages of like, "This is the best thing. Thank you so much for the Stanley Cup."
I can see the audience taking notes here. Stanley Cup. Okay,
Cup.
got it. All right, wonderful. Lenny, same things. Tell us the weirdest thing that ever happened to you.
We were doing a grand opening, and I had to put the CEO of a company and the governor on stage, and we went for our pre-roll with video and sound and everything, and the video was rolling, and the governor and the CEO disappeared. They needed a bio break. And so we had to continue to loop and put our MC back out on stage until both of them were finished with their bio break. So
my
lesson
God.
learned there.
Oh my gosh, they didn't tell you?
No.
What the heck?
That was real nice, yeah. Really nice.
All right, what about the swag?
Swag. Well, of course, I am with the ladies on the sustainability of swag. However, the most extravagant swag, which was great, and people were lining up, and you had to really make sure that they weren't going for more, were Fabergé crystal martini sets, which were the best, and I still have one.
I'll snap to that.
This is how we roll in
That's
Vegas,
awesome.
and we're off to an excellent start. Full points all around for you guys.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into round 2. You've all played Never Have I Ever, right? So this version is all about events, virtual, in-person, and hybrid ones. I'll ask you questions, and you'll hold up your paddle. See the paddle? Let's show us the paddle. Okay, and let us know if you have or have never. Okay. Each I have answer is worth 10 points. Everyone get it?
Yes.
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 Okay, good. Never have I ever repurposed content from an event to use it to a different channel. I have. No. I have never.
Wait, I have.
Oh, you have?
I have.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
I have.
Oh my God.
For sure.
3 I have. Okay, tell us more. I'm going to come to you, Lanny, first.
Yeah.
It's all about rinse and repeat.
Heck
you know what I
yes.
mean? It's about greatest hits sometimes. You know, it's wonderful to be able to start something bespoke for a customer, but there are many times that you're not in a position to do that. So you have to say what works and then just it may not be new to them.
Yep.
It may be new to them, but not new to you. So yeah, absolutely, you have to repurpose.
Yeah, I love that. What about you, Hong?
Okay, so in the events industry, there's always many common denominators. It's being able to identify what those common denominators are and repurposing those content. So here's an example, connecting. That is a buzzword that we hear across all events, right? We go to events to network and connect. The messaging around networking and connecting are very similar.
Yeah.
You want to engage, you want to get people to participate, collaborate, and like have meaningful and long-lasting experiences. Those buzzwords can be repurposed and regenerated for something new.
Yeah, I love it.
Different.
What about you, Melissa?
Yeah, absolutely. So we invest a lot on content at our events, right? I still believe content is the main driver for events. So we usually record some of our session, even our keynote. We obviously repurpose it for virtual, but also for webinar. Just on our website.
Different format.
Or another event, as long as it's still up to date and the content still makes sense. So I think in the industry, it's very important to take the time to repurpose the content and make sure it's a content that can live for a few months because the investment is so great. So we'd be ashamed not to do so.
And we talk about sustainability all the time, but I feel like wasting content is another type of waste.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
We create so much energy, why lose it? You're taking notes. 99% of events I see do not repurpose, do repurpose. 10 points for you. Congratulations. All right, we're off to a start here. Never have I ever spent over an hour looking at the analytics from any of your events.
Guilty.
Show it. I have never. Oh my God.
Who can spend
love
less
the
than
honesty
an hour,
there.
though?
I mean, to be honest, like I
can do
appreciate
that?
the paddles here, but like I know for a fact that not a lot of us in the events industry actually do spend.
I'm
time.
shocked by that.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I
Oh my
really
God.
am. How can you
You'd be
spend
amazed.
less than an hour?
Okay, so tell me more. I have.
Okay,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
start
go
with you, Melissa.
Okay. Well, I work for a data-driven company.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Have to.
So I'm truly a big believer in when you plan your events, you need to have the data backing you up. And so I spend hours looking at what was the most popular session, how many people downloaded the mobile app. All of this, I think it's so important, and it kind of give you a trajectory of what to do the next year.
Absolutely.
So I can spend hours looking at a spreadsheet or a PowerPoint or any type of data from events.
Love it. What about you, Hong?
Yeah, so data is also like one of the key investment results that you get from your event. It is a product, an ROI. And so even extracting the reports from the registration system can take about an hour because you have to queue up the reports, you got to know what you're looking for, and then once you download it, you have to structure it, right? You have to structure it in a way that you can understand it and like apply it for the future. So for me, actually, I spend like probably a whole week analyzing the data in different categories: revenue, registration, session attendance, right? Survey reports, everything. So please spend at least more than that, and grab a coffee while you're at it. Enjoy.
Listening to that, it's got to be said though that we haven't got a lot of technology to track some types of events.
Amen.
Okay, excellent. 10 points for Melissa and Hong. Okay, I appreciate the honesty there, Annie, to be honest. Never have I ever acted on an interesting insight I've gotten from a post-event survey.
I definitely have done that.
You have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I want to
yeah.
dig deeper. You got to show me what the insight was. What did
Yeah.
you do about it? I'm going to start with Hong.
Okay, so why send out a post-event survey if you're not going to implement the changes, right? So in order to honor the people's time and giving us feedback, we obviously make some changes. And one of the changes was, sessions, making it shorter. Pre-pandemic, sessions was 45 minutes to an hour. Post-pandemic, people can't pay attention to you for that long. So we're doing shorter sessions now, 30 minutes, right? Like 15-minute lightning round, making things more engaging. They're not wanting the one-to-many speaker session format anymore. They want more experiential. They want to engage and talk. So we've done fish bowls sessions where people gather in the middle of the room and everybody's like watching them, and then you have fishes jumping in and out of that circle to share their own input.
Very participative.
Yeah,
and as an attendee, I remember the first event I went to after the pandemic, I wanted to die, like an hour in the dark.
Right?
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Falling asleep.
So I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Okay, Lenny, I'm going to go.
At some point, all of us have been faced with the dreaded awards show and the awards presentation. And the feedback that you get is this went on too long. So you definitely have to listen to it, you have to hear, and you have to act upon it. And over the years, I've done my fair share of award shows for people, and we found out that people also want to be networking at those. And sometimes the sit-down dinner format just doesn't work for that. It's like trying to serve dinner at a bus stop. So what you do is you have to say, how do we still honor the awards presentation, but at the same time give people the opportunity to interact and to have that
So
networking?
what you do? You put the music on like the Oscars to just get them off the stage?
Well, no, it's not that. It's really about structuring the flow of the event. So
Yeah.
maybe you give them enough time up front to network. You do have to go in for some type of formal presentation, and then afterwards, cut it as quick as possible to let them network again.
I love it. Okay, three I haves on this one, Melissa.
Yeah,
On
I'm
to
going
you.
to piggyback on what they both say, but yes, we look at the data, we look at the feedback, and we make changes for the event the following year. So one of them, the breakout session timing, absolutely nobody has the patience to sit anymore. I do not myself either. Keynotes, right? We used to do those 2-hour, 3-hour long keynote. This has been reduced to 1 hour, and we've been getting a lot of good feedback year over year about the changes that we make.
So you gotta read those feedback forms, but most of all, you gotta do something about it. Otherwise, it's just a waste of effort, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
10 points each. Congratulations on this round. Okay, never have I ever been surprised by the number of leads generated for an event. It can be an online, in-person, or a hybrid event.
I have.
You've been surprised by the number of leads that you got out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised, be honest. Okay, gotcha. Okay, Lenny, start.
Yeah, I mean, for me, again, it's not as much data-driven as it is for the ladies, but when we would put a product out there, especially from a hotel standpoint, hotel gaming in particular, that all of a sudden people would realize how great the event was and they want to come to the next event.
Yeah.
What about you, Hong?
Okay, so flip side, both underscored and over, right? So sometimes we help our clients go to trade shows and they have lead scanners at these booths. Oftentimes we're surprised that they didn't get enough scans. Right, so then it's like, what do you do with that? How do you pivot? What do you do with all the swag? How do you get people to the have traffic to the booth a couple of days later? So understanding those numbers day of can help you adjust for the next day. And we also have moments where we overscan, but then the question is, are those qualified leads? You really got to understand, who are you scanning?
Yeah, marketers listening to this.
Yeah.
there's a
Why
lot
did
of
You don't just
marketers
scan
listening.
anybody. Yeah, and then
It's
and
not a
plus,
scan fest, right?
Right.
Can't wait to hear from you, Melissa.
Yeah, I'm going to actually talk about virtual. I think
Okay.
one of the surprising things for me was obviously 2019. We all remember 2019, 2020 when we had to pivot to virtual, and we didn't really know what to expect. And when I remember my first virtual show was SAP TechEd, and it was fully virtual. It was a 48-hour live show.
oh my gosh, 48
Insane.
hours
Insane.
to
I mean, we
sleep?
didn't have much to do.
But it
to
was,
be honest,
everybody was
so-
home. Listen, we had so many attendee. Literally, they were having watch party,
Wow.
and so that was very surprising to see
That's awesome.
that many people
Yeah.
excited to watch a live show for 24
Yeah.
plus hour, and so that was very surprising.
Love it.
Did you have a
love it.
celebrity?
48
We did
hours.
not, no, but
So
we
they just
had.
watch the content that
Yeah,
SAP produced?
it was a very amazing produced
Wow,
TV
that's
show
awesome.
style.
Which
So-
is what we're doing here for you guys.
I'm-
Okay, 10
I
points for
know.
everybody. We love that. Okay, that brings us to the end of round 2. Let's check out the scoreboard to see what our contestants are taking into the third and final round. So,
Oh
I
my
know,
gosh.
it's unfolding. It's unfolding. It's here.
Dude,
Okay, but everything
step
is
up
up
my
for
game.
grabs.
Gotta
Okay.
make it up.
How
Very
are you doing? You
competitive.
guys having fun? You're having
Yeah.
fun? All right.
Great
Yeah,
time.
I want to win. I don't even let my toddler win
Oh
when
my
we
God.
play.
Round 3 is getting some of our edgier questions. Never have I ever had a major sponsor or speaker pull out a week before an online hybrid or in-person event.
Oh my God, guilty as charged.
Never. I have.
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we have.
You
Oh,
have.
you have. Okay. 3
I
IS.
was gonna say,
Okay.
yeah,
they pulled
you
it out.
in your
Everybody
industry.
I was like, for a minute. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a first. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
the
okay.
amount of years you're in the industry.
We had a big year.
Again,
Yeah.
I
Wrong
want
side
some
of the
tea. Share with us. Spill it. Melissa, I'm going to start with you.
Sure. It never happened with a sponsor. We've
Okay.
been very blessed and lucky on that side. However, I had a customer speaker, unfortunately, canceling not even a week, but literally a few days before.
No. Yep.
Sickness happened, you know, especially even nowadays, people get sick and they don't want to get on a plane. It's always nice to have a backup plan. But yeah, it happened.
What about
have
you,
to
Hannah?
pivot
Yeah,
fast.
absolutely. Celebrity, for sure. I
Yeah.
can relate because we've booked many celebrities for our user conferences and our clients, and I'm not going to name names, but there was this one gentleman that if I said you would know, he definitely bailed 2 weeks before the show because he booked something else that was paying more money, and it was very contractual. I know. I was like pissed. What the heck? So he broke contract. He breached contract.
Yeah,
So
that's a breach
we
of
had to
contract.
renegotiate, and then obviously he gave us another. Booking, not charging us, but we had to find somebody within 2 weeks that had the same caliber. So I think that's
Shame on
something-
you, celebrity.
I
Yeah,
know.
whoever you are.
Okay.
So the lessons learned for us is even though you put it in the contract, you still have to have multiple backups and be prepared for those type of
Gotcha.
situations.
What about you, Lanny?
Yeah, celebrity related as well. The
Right.
same situation that happened, and it was
What's the deal with these celebrities?
But no, but it was understandable. So it was Gaga. Back to you speaking about Gaga earlier. This is when she had her hip issues that were going on, and so there was a very large nonprofit fundraiser here in town, which she had committed to do. But of course, her health issues got in the way, and within 48 hours, we found out that she wasn't going to participate. But fortunately, Jennifer Hudson got on a plane.
all right.
Wow.
No big deal.
Exactly,
Amazing.
and came in and did the
Hey,
show.
I love the answers. 10 points each. Congratulations.
Yes.
Never have I ever had to change direction when planning an event because of a late in the game management decision.
Oh,
All right. So, yeah.
All the time.
We feel the pain. Okay, Lanny, I'm going to
Yeah,
start with you, Lanny.
Okay.
hotel, casino people, it happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's based on players, it's based on who's coming in, and at the end of the day, they make a decision that this is out and we're starting from scratch.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I'm shaking here.
happens all the time.
What about you,
Yeah,
Hong?
in our world, it's yes, the reduction, but also the addition. Sometimes 3 weeks out, our clients get really excited and inspirational, and they go. They have amazing ideas that comes at the last minute because they get excited.
Ideas, scary.
So it's like, oh, I want this, and I want that, and then it's just it keeps on adding up the expenses, right? So being able to have the Rolodex of vendors and partners that you can rely on to make that happen last minute is extremely important.
Okay, Hong is not going to say it. I'm going to say it. Clients, you got to chill. Okay, chill. What about you, Melissa?
Well, I'm the client, right?
Yeah.
So I am the
And the client is always
I
right.
know. So, that happened to me, obviously, to have to make last-minute switch from my stakeholder, but
Yes.
also just myself. So I am sorry on
No, it's
behalf of
okay.
every
I
other
love
client.
Oh, see, we're like
But,
holding each other. This is amazing.
Sometimes I have last-minute change of mind or like inspiration,
right.
and so I call my vendor and I make those last-minute switch, and sometimes they are like on-site switch.
Right,
So,
exactly.
but again, I think we all have to adapt some things,
We do.
Yeah.
and we have to,
I do want to encourage clients like yourself to indulge in that. Honestly, it's good for the economy. It's good for the vendors, more business, more activities. And like if you're invested in your program, your attendees is going to feel it. Right?
Absolutely.
You're going to drive all that return on investment. So
Yeah.
All the
it's okay.
conversation.
And it helps you to refocus on what the objective of having the event is in the first place.
Yeah.
In real life right now, I'm facing one of these exact situations where we are oversold for an event, which is a great thing because it's for a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And if that means taking some decor or something out of the room so that we can sell an additional sponsored table for big
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
that's what you do. So it's having that
Absolutely.
opportunity to say what's most important for the event.
yeah.
Right.
So I bet some version of that has happened to a lot of us here. Thanks for those tips. 10 points to all of you. Super excited. Okay. You feel the heat? I feel the heat. Okay, because never have I ever had to turn away attendees because the event was overbooked or more people showed up than registered.
Yeah, I've never
Think
had
about
to
it.
turn it.
Never.
So
It's hard.
Ooh, okay.
So
Want
I
to hear
have
about
to
that?
give details, so I'm a little bit in between both.
Okay. But the 10 points, not just saying.
I mean, maybe it's 5 points, but you know, sometimes we have space limitation and our registration number get very, very high. So more recently, we had to have an overflow keynote watching on the show floor because we had limitation of space. So sometimes our customer, partner, and employee are being asked to watch the keynote, or sometimes we have sessions, right? We have sessions that are very, very popular, and they cannot accommodate everyone.
Lady
And
Gaga,
so,
anybody?
I know, right?
but even from a content perspective, right?
Yeah.
We have top-rated sessions that have, I don't know, 400 seats.
Right.
And
High
when you are at
demand.
capacity,
Yeah.
you cannot exceed that capacity because of fire marshal and whatnot. And so we ask employee, customer, and partners sometimes to watch it from another location.
So obviously bigger difference here
overflow.
from
Overflow.
client
Yeah.
side to agency, completely different approach, and it makes a ton of
Yep.
sense.
Yeah.
So you never had to actually have
No,
that
I
problem?
mean, it's hard, right? Like our user conference says people fly out. They spend money for a hotel and to Uber, or they dedicate their time, and our clients see that as a value investment into their partnership into those products, right? And so to turn them away is like, it's, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
kind of faux pas for me, and our clients never really like to do that. So what we actually do is we set up an on-site registration area for people who did not who did not
Register.
have time to register online, whatever the reason may be, to be able to buy tickets on site.
No, and that's
and
a good
then-
tip because like
Yeah.
last minute, people turning up at
And there's
registration,
last
that's
minute a lot.
happening, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so we also do overflow rooms. So we actually, to be honest with you, I have had overflow before. Not everybody can fit in the general session, so we have a section for overflow with monitors and like speakers so they can still engage. and-
Monitors, I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, I mean, you can't really, you know, I guess, forecast how many people all the time will turn out, especially in these days post-pandemic. That's becoming an issue. But like we talked about how, especially from some types of events, agency side, you are there to accommodate overflows. So,
Exactly.
you know, it makes a ton of sense. Okay, next question. Never have I ever been surprised about an in-person attendance rates after the pandemic. So you've been surprised by in-person attendance rates after the pandemic,
Like right after the pandemic.
right after the
Yeah,
pandemic.
yeah.
You all have.
interesting
Okay,
one.
I want to hear more about this because we didn't see it coming, right?
Right.
The whole dynamic of it, there's a lot to unpack.
It was like the floodgates
Oh,
opening.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what happened
They're
because you had
hungry.
so many people that were tired of being locked down that you couldn't anticipate who was really going to come or not. So you had to overthink that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had so many people that were showing up for events at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Hong?
Yeah, so internal events, I've done some for our clients, and out of 300 invites I get out, 300 register. They are just hungry. They want to travel, they want to get out of their house, they want to network, and they want to experience, right? And so for us, I have been surprised. And then also, immediately after the pandemic in 2021, we still have to make people wear masks, and they still showed up with those restrictions.
Which is interesting. What about
Yeah.
you, Melissa?
Yeah, same. I think we are still learning what's the attendee behavior year over year since the pandemic, right? We're still seeing an increase in registration. And I think, like you say, more than ever, people want to network. They are craving that human
Yes.
connection. And that's a thing for us to keep in mind, like you mentioned it earlier, is making sure we carve time for networking.
Yeah.
People come to an event and they want to network.
So do you all feel that's still going on today in
Yes.
terms of like that demand, or is it kind of like
I
taming
think it's
down?
going up.
I think so too.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think part of the challenge, though, too, is that people don't understand what RSVP really means. And they don't realize that maybe you should help us out in what
Right.
we're doing so that we can anticipate and plan better.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
be
we
honest-
just have one person in the room that speaks French, so
Right.
Okay.
That's
RSVP
fine.
is going to be difficult.
There's also flip-floppy, wishy-washy decision making as well. There's so many options that are out there for every industry. There's just too many events to go to. So you're going to see a lot of last-minute decisions being made because they want to see what the hype is, right? What the buzz is. And then sometimes maybe client side here, agendas aren't really finalized until closer to the show. So you're not announcing speakers soon enough. You don't have that content out. They don't know what is it that they're going to really learn.
Yeah.
So that's why the decision is delayed to attend. But most likely they will.
Absolutely. And that's a good point too. Having your agenda builder ready to go, you know, your main keynote speaker and the big customer that's going to be speaking, it's important for people to make a decision to register or not.
Get them to commit early, you know, show up with like some proper early birds because...
Or incentivize them.
Yeah, right.
Early
You have to
birds.
incentivize
Amazing.
them.
Yeah, early birds, you got to make them work for people as well. Like, I think they need to be more meaningful today because we literally want to diminish that late behavior, you know, in terms of attendance, because that's always a nightmare logistically.
I would say late attendance though for virtual. I'm trying to
Bring it on, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So for virtual, we do see registration usually climbing up about 2 weeks before the virtual event. So the behavior is very different for in-person versus virtual.
For sure. We've seen it also a day before. We've seen
Absolutely.
30% coming in the day before for some of our events, which has been crazy. Okay, all right. Is that 10 points each?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we ask
okay.
you questions?
Of course, come on.
So out of the people that register for your virtual events, how many people actually show up the day of?
Yeah, I think the rates are like 40%, 40 to
Okay.
45%, and then obviously there's catch up because, you know, we've never been in such a transient concept of what an event is. So catching up on demand, it's becoming part of how we consume event content. I'm sure a lot of these attendees watching today, they're going to connect after the event. So it makes a ton of sense because I don't need to be there, you know, during the event necessarily. Sometimes it's just a podcast type of experience. So we're seeing a lot of that behavior.
That's good statistics.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for the question. 10 points for me. Okay, let's make it happen. Never have I ever had an event where we had a huge technical problem. It's gonna be huge, okay? Not like Mike is not working.
No.
Okay, be honest.
I have.
I have.
You have.
Wait, this way.
Okay.
Oh, I have. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading it. Yes, I have.
Okay. You've never.
I mean, Wi-Fi doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Like it's gotta be huge.
Bellagio, New Year's Eve, several years back. I'm not. It just happens. Stuff happens.
Juicy.
Electricity went off in one complete tower of the building.
No way.
Hours before our New Year's Eve celebration.
What'd you
and
do
party.
about that?
Well, what the hotel and what everybody had to do, yes, there's secondary power and there's backup, but just think about people who are trying to get ready to go to a gala downstairs and hair and makeup and getting dressed and getting ready. Now, fortunately, they were able to get the power back up, but power was down for almost 4 hours in the hotel. Not a pretty thing to happen on New Year's.
What about you, Hong?
Okay. Oh my God.
Where do I
Virtual
start?
events. Where do I start? So virtual event, it was the night before, and we had to upload the keynote sessions into the software, into the platform. The video editor fell asleep. What the F? I was like, hello, are you there? And he just literally
You got
fell
people in
asleep.
the room laughing
It was
at
at
this.
1 a.m. in the morning, and we were checking the system. We're like, where are these videos? Where are you? And we called him, nothing, girl, nothing. And so my team and I just basically got on the system. We all, obviously we had the videos, right? Because the clients upload it to a drive that we have access to. So we just started uploading it to the platform ourselves. And he woke up the next morning at 10 a.m. Past the start of the event.
Sleep well? All
And
good?
he was so excited. He was so apologetic. And he was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. In my mind, I'm like, I'm
It's
never
okay.
working with
It's
you
not.
again.
It's really not okay.
It's real- but,
Let's
you know,
be honest.
obviously,
It's
I
not
can't
okay. You don't fall
berate
asleep.
him. You know, people are people, like you said. They have certain things too. So you got to have grace and forgiveness. But you just got to be ready to be up and running at any moment.
Oh my God, this story.
reliance too is
Melissa,
hard, right?
no big one. I mean, Wi-Fi. We've all had
I mean,
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi here
Doesn't
and there,
qualify.
but no, overall, I've
I
been
appreciate the
very
honesty
lucky.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. 10 points for Hong.
Thank you.
10 points for Lenny. A huge round of applause for our contestants, Melissa Wilders from SAP, Han Nguyen, CEO of Shadowlands, and Lenny Tarico, CEO of Lenny Tarico Events. Looking at our scoreboard, we have a winner. Melissa, please come up here. Awesome, congratulations. Yeah. And thank you for joining us. I hope you learned a thing or two and have fun playing along. Enjoy the rest of Virtually Live. Bye.